Hello. It's snowing outside, and it's been snowing for about an hour, and there's already a lot of accumulation, so looks like I'm inside for a while. So everyone's been talking about the American man that the Sentinelese killed a couple days ago, and I just have to say this. Imagine this. Imagine you're a group of 50 to 150 people that have been living on an island for thousands of years, most probably. You've been wearing the same clothes, building the same spears, eating the same fish and game for thousands of years. You've been watching the same cultures come and go on your shores. And suddenly, out comes a ghost out of your past, out of your country's past. A white man rowing a boat. And what is this white man coming to do? Well, he's coming to proselytize to you. He's coming to preach to you. Of course, you don't know that because you don't talk to these kind of people. Why would you? I wouldn't. So you shoot the fuck. You shoot him. Because you don't want his diseases. You don't want whatever fucking horrible illnesses he has. You don't want his filth corrupting your society that has been more or less pure for thousands of years. You don't want that shit. So naturally, of course, you're going to shoot him. You're going to erase the threat. That's what everyone does. I have no sympathy for this fuck. I have no sympathy for him at all. This fucking idiot Christian missionary fucking went to this island where people have never been allowed to go. You cannot go there legally. The governments in the area provide protection. You can't go there legally. So he pays some fishermen to take him there just for the sole purpose of proselytizing, the sole purpose of spreading the good Lord's name to these fucking people who are better off without it. You know what? I saw something on Facebook. It was a very SJW post, but they said one thing that I really agree with. They mentioned that colonization is still going on. It's just not called colonization anymore. When we send fucking bougie ass white people to places like the Sentinel Islands, or to places like Eastern Europe or Africa, when we send these fuckers there, they inevitably have to, the people they're trying to help inevitably have to take time out of their day to actually accommodate these people. Because most of the time, these people are not wanting to just kind of integrate quietly into the mist. You know, they're not wanting to kind of say, okay, you know, I got here by a fucking helicopter and I've been traveling for a few days and I'm well fed and all this, but now I'm gonna live like you guys. I'm gonna use my technology to improve your life. They're not trying to do that. They're trying to completely change their life in so many fundamental ways that it becomes unrecognizable as tribal life anymore. And not only is that a problem for the obvious reasons, but you get to a point where you're no longer helping these people. Not only because, first of all, they didn't ask for your fucking help, but not only because of them not asking, you're getting to where you're not helping because everyone there has to show you how to help. If you come from a middle-class family in America, you probably don't know how to hunt for food with traditional weapons or less than optimal gear. You probably don't know how to trap. You probably don't know how to purify water that you find in the wild. You probably don't know how to build fucking huts. Now, if you come from a very, very low-class family, lower-class family in poverty in America, like I do, you might know how to do some of those things, but I'm not going to claim to be able to go to Africa and help these fucking people. You know, I can't hunt a wildebeest with nothing but a spear. You know, I can't run fast enough for that shit. I couldn't tell you how to purify African water that's been steeping in the clay for 40 fucking years. I don't know how to do this shit. And most people in America don't. The poorest person in America is still several orders of magnitude better off than the richest person in an African tribe, or in an Indian tribe, or an Eastern European, or whatever the case may be. And that's the thing. The poorest fucking American living on the streets, homeless, in boxes, sleeping on benches every night, still has the benefit of protectionism from the state. They still have the benefit of the kindness of other people who are much better off than them. They still have the benefit of all these places that are leaving their food out there for them that they know is safe. There's still a lot of things that make them much better off than these people who would be wealthy by their standards, but who really only have a clay hut, a few spears, and some animal skins pinned up on their hut. So Americans can't possibly pretend to be able to help these people in any meaningful way unless they bring arms, new technology that can make their lives easier, water purification methods, or food. And that's the only thing that can help these people. But that's only if they ask for it. And here's the thing. This kind of falls in the converse of the non-aggression principle. The non-aggression principle is thought to mean don't hurt someone unless in retaliation or for your own safety. For example, if there's someone standing right next to you holding a knife, you can't hurt them. But if there's someone standing right next to you holding a knife to your throat, you can disable them. But only to the point where they're not a danger for yourself. But that goes another way too. It's not just against acts of criminal or malicious aggression. It also applies to what I call helpful aggression, or the wish for helpfulness. Just because you want to be helpful doesn't mean you should be. You should wait for people to invite you. If someone needs help with something, if someone wants help with something, it is their responsibility to ask for it. So stop aggressing upon these people. And one last thing. Christianity is explicitly indicted in this case. Christianity doesn't get away with this because an official church didn't send him there. Christianity still taught this motherfucker that he has to proselytize to everyone he comes across. Christianity still taught this dude, this fucking idiot, that people who don't have Jesus in their life are not saved and they're going to hell unless they